Boop wop.
What's up guys, Madmuk here, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. This is going to be a top 5 list, something I haven't done before, and this is going to be on a subject that 99% of gamers have done. The other 1% are just plain lying. Everyone has done this, and that is rage quitting. Yes, more generally raging. So yeah, raging at games. And this is going to be 5 times that I have raged at games and have the scars to prove it. So to start us off, I'm going to be talking about this game here, Treasure Planet. It's a game based on a film, a Disney film, one of my favourite Disney films. I love this film, it's great. The game, however, is not that bad. It's actually pretty good. It's got a lot of very frustrating parts in it, simply because it's a platformer. The camera is mind-bogglingly frustrating because it is reversed to the normal camera movements that I play in games. If you push the stick left, the camera will go right. It's so flippin' annoying, it's ridiculous, and you cannot change it in the settings. So I muscled through this game with the cameras like that. And I don't really like games that end on a gauntlet, because if you end it on a gauntlet, it's just a cop-out. It's just, okay, we've run out of ideas, let's end this game on a gauntlet and make it difficult. Why the hell not? No, this one actually did end up on a gauntlet, and it was actually well done, because the movie actually ends on a gauntlet. You know, he's trying to race to get to this portal, and that's exactly what you're trying to do. You're trying to race to get to this portal. Now, the game is pretty much broken up into 2 different parts. You've got physical platforming, where you run around and jump and hit enemies and, you know, meet some colourful characters and things like that. And that's pretty good. And then you've also got the, what is it? It's like a hoverboard levels, where you're on this windsurf board thing. And that gets pretty frustrating, but it's also quite fun. And you collect certain things to progress through the levels and all that kind of stuff. Now this game is very dark, like physically dark. I've turned the brightness up to maximum, and like some platforms you can't even see because it's just a black screen. It's ridiculous. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. Now, the gauntlet is the one that caused me to rage quit. Now, to give you an idea on how frustrating this was for me, I recorded some footage for this. I tried to complete that gauntlet again, and I damn near broke my controller again. That's how frustrating it is. I didn't complete it, so sorry if you wanted to see the end of it, but no. I am not doing that. I have completed this game, and that's the end of this game. So, so to see the damage of what I've done, this is my PS2 controller. Now, I'll show you a bit of a close-up here. On the corner there, you will see it has a nice little raspberry where I have smacked it on the desk. And kudos to PlayStation, because they made these things like tanks. I mean, holy cow, these things can take some damage. Also, it rattles. I don't know if you can hear that, but yeah, it rattles inside there. So something's broken off inside there, and it's just rattling around. And next, we're going to go to one of my favourite series in gaming, and that is Final Fantasy. More specifically, Final Fantasy 3 on the DS. Now, I got this brand new, and I thought I'd give it a go, because I had just finished playing Final Fantasy X, like the whole series of Final Fantasy X, X-2, and I loved that game. That's my favourite Final Fantasy of all time. So I thought I'd give this one a go, because it was on a handheld, and I had no other games for the DS, so I got myself this, and I started playing it, and I started really enjoying it, surprisingly, until I got to a part where you have to fight a boss called, I think it's Hein or Hane. There's a picture of him. I didn't capture any footage of this, by the way. Sorry, because I don't know how to capture DS footage. But anyway, fighting this guy, it took me a few tries to take him down, and when I finally did, I'll show you something on the DS here. I'll give you a close-up. you've got the D-pad and you've got the power button there, you've got start and select and the 4 action buttons and obviously the bumpers. And I played it on the Fat DS, this fatty right here. You can only save on the overworld. So you have to actually beat him, go through the little cutscene, go outside, get to the overworld, and then you can save. And that was alright. Now, I beat this guy on like my last legs. Like, I just beat him. And I mean, I just beat him. And it was a hot day. Oh, that's right, I got out of my chair. That's what I did. I got out of my chair, I grabbed the DS, and as I leant forward, my finger hit that power button. And I didn't save. Instant. I saw it. It turned off, and I just went whoosh through this, clean across the room. And as you can take a closer look there, it has broken one of the hinges. It didn't break the DS. The DS still works. It still works. Hearty. Real hearty. But yeah, I broke the hinge after throwing this clean across the room because I had to fight him again. Oh my gosh, that was just... It wasn't a good day for me because it was really hot. It was in the middle of summer and I don't do well in heat. Now, getting on to the real gems. Okay, so number 3 is Bayonetta for the PS3. This was the very first game I ever played on PS3 and I loved it. Well, the first time I played it, I got up to, I think, the first boss, or Futurosio, or whatever the heck his name, the 2-headed dragon thing. I got up to that and I just couldn't beat him, and then I think I traded the game in. But eventually I got it again and I played it properly, and I absolutely love this series. I freaking love this series. Like, I destroyed this, well, almost destroyed this game. I haven't beaten Father Odan. I haven't even gotten to him. For this specific reason. There is, I think, 2 ways to get to Father Odan. First way is you can get, I think it's 1,000,000 halos, and then you can buy this ticket, and then you can go and fight him. The second way is, I'm pretty sure the second way is you can get all the Umbran Tears of Blood. Now, the Umbran Tears of Blood are these ravens with these little things around their neck, and they're hidden all over. Now, the specific raven, or the specific Umbran Tear of Blood, number 97, which is in Unlimited Climax mode, which is the hardest mode, apparently. The hardest mode, which means that witch time is deactivated, and it is a bit of a mess. You get massive damage, and things just are all over the place. So, it's an awesome hack and slash. This one Umbran Tear of Blood, I even tried during the capture of this footage, and I just could not get this thing. I kept hitting this invisible ceiling, and I just could not get it. And again, it was during a hot time of day, and I tried, and I tried, and I tried, and I just could not get it, till eventually I did this. I used an aftermarket Afterglow controller, and this is what happened. That's right, and as you can read down there, Umbran Tear of Blood number 97 can suck it. Because this darn thing made me so annoyed, I clean sheared the controller in half. I just had the controller like that and just went snap. I ended up cutting my hand in the process. I don't have a scar on my hand, but yeah, that was it. That was me done. And as you can see, I destroyed it on the 21st of December 2012. And if you remember, that was the Mayan calendar day of, you know, recycling thing, the whole Doomsday thing, which is why I call it my Doomsday controller. And I made it into a little display. Why not? You know? Celebrate the fact that you raged at a game and completely destroyed your controller. Alright, so if you guys watch my Instagram and things like that, you probably would have seen this before, and you would have seen the Bayonetta one. But Tomb Raider Anniversary. This is the Tomb Raider trilogy on PS3. And this is when I was playing Tomb Raider Anniversary. Now you get to a part where you, what is it, St. Francis Folly, that's the level. And then you get to this tower that's in the middle that you have to climb and things like that, and you get to 4 rooms. Now, there's the room with the challenge of Atlas, the challenge of Poseidon, the challenge of Hephaestus, and then the challenge of, I don't know, this guy. And I got through 3 of them really easily. Well, fairly easily. Until I got to the challenge of Atlas. Now, this challenge is very easy. It's very simple, very easy, and you can get it first time, no problem. But for me, it was a problem. The way I thought you're supposed to do it is you're supposed to shoot these 2 things, and then you jump up into the side and you're supposed to jump out of the way of the ball. And I did this again and again and again. And I kept failing. And eventually, another Afterglow controller for PS3 met the ground rather fast. And it shattered into like many pieces. So I gathered them all up and made it into my anniversary controller. And yes, I went back, and the reason that this is ahead of the Bayonetta controller is because of this this particular fact. First of all, this is how you do it. That is how you do it. Very simple. Very simple. You see, I just did not figure that out. Back to the reason why it's ahead of the Bayonetta controller is because while recording footage for this, I actually did what I was trying to do. Look at this. Unflippin' believable. I was so devastated when I did this. I was just like, oh my god. You could have actually done it, and oh. Now the number 1 time that I have for raging is, technically I don't have the scar to prove it, but I can show you. This was the most devastating time I raged at a game, and the most devastating bit of damage that I have ever done. So it is going to be for the PSP. Alright? This is PSP, and I love this. This was a great station. I used to have a white PSP, and it was awesome. It's absolutely awesome. And this was back in the day when I didn't have all of this stuff. I was just, excuse me, I was just starting it out, and I had a few games, and I had a total of 2 games for the PSP. And yeah, unfortunate circumstances. All these circumstances actually added to the devastation of what I felt when I did this. So the circumstances were I had a PS2 and I had a PSP, and both of them got stolen very recently. And then the only thing I had left to play was my PSP. Not just any PSP. This is my Final Fantasy VII 10th anniversary PSP. It was still in the box, so I had no other games to play. I had no gaming stations except for this one. So I took it out of the box, I charged it, and I started playing it just because I could. Now, I don't know why I started playing this particular game, because I used to play this series on PS2 and I broke many controllers. I really did. I hated it. So why the hell I started playing it on this PSP of all PSPs, I don't know. But it is Tekken Dark Resurrection. Oh my gosh. I actually got fairly good at this particular one. My main character I usually use is Xiao Yu, and I got really good. I got good to the point where I was intentionally doing specific moves to beat the opponent. And this is something I wouldn't usually do. I'd usually just mash buttons and, you know, moves would happen. Yay! To get to the menu, like to quit out of the game and get to the menu, you push the start and the select button at the same time, and it takes you to the menu. So I started fighting Eddie Gordo, and then I lost. And I got a little bit annoyed. I was like, okay, cool. Alright, that's fine. Let's do it again. Started fighting Eddie Gordo, and then I just could not get a hit in. And it just got so frustrating. I just said, start and select, alright? Yeah! And I pushed it too hard. And I cracked the screen. This screen is not cracked, by the way. This screen is a replacement. And I fixed it, and it's back to being my special PSP. But the moment that screen cracked, there were tears in my eyes. I just could not believe what I had done. I went from just instant, just blinding rage to instant regret. Just instant regret. I don't think the glass finished cracking before I was into instant regret. And that is my #1 time that I have raged at a game and had the scars to prove it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I'm very mumbly. I don't actually do a script for these things. I'm very mumbly and, you know, repeat myself and all that kind of stuff. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments down below if you enjoyed it. And let me know sometimes that you've raged at a game and what you have to prove it. You know, do you keep your controllers, your smashed up controllers or consoles? And yeah, let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, give this video a like if you liked it. And yeah, let me know if you want to see more videos like this. Otherwise, I will catch you guys in the next one. Stay groovy and bye.